Okay, good afternoon. My name is Jules Grandcir, and I welcome you here in Brussels for the second part of the event. So dear ministers, dear heads of delegations, directors, colleagues and friends, welcome, but also welcome to everybody who is watching us live on ESA Web TV for a special program here in Brussels today. Since we are here to make a historic announcement, a big announcement, one that will have a direct impact on the lives of two of our astronaut colleagues, and probably promises to have a much bigger impact on many, many lives in Europe, here back on Earth. Back in January, it was promised by our Director General to make this announcement here en marge of the Space Council, the announcement of the two first assignments of ESA astronauts of the class 2022, the latest class of astronauts that graduated just a few weeks ago. Therefore, Josef, it's your commitment. I leave you the floor.
So thank you, Jules. And yes, good evening to the ones who are remotely connected. This is quite an important moment because in a few minutes we will reveal who are the first out of the 5 astronauts that will be the next ones of the new graduates to fly to the space station. But before I do that, let me just say a few introductory words of where we stand and what this means for today. So as you know, exactly 1 month ago on the day we have graduated the 5 new astronauts and I think they will appear on the screen very soon, which are the ones from the 2022 class out of 17,500 applications, as you are very well aware. So these 5 candidates who have been graduated are Sophie Adenot from France, Pablo Álvarez from Spain, Rosemary Coogan from the UK, Raphaël Liégeois from Belgium, and Marco Sieber from Switzerland. 2 of them I have assigned to be the next ones flying to the space station. The plan, as we have negotiated with NASA, is that they can fly in early 2026 and a second one in late 2026, most likely in fall, but the dates have yet to be confirmed, but this is the working assumption in order to do that. So this is quite important because we have with these 5 new astronauts, adding to the 6 astronauts of the 2008 class, 11 astronauts in the ESA astronaut corps from 8 different countries. And this is the largest astronaut corps we ever had. But also the other good news is that all of the 5 new astronauts will be able to fly by 2030 because we have, thanks to the teams of Daniel, of Frank, and our colleagues already negotiated flight opportunities until 2030. So out of the 5, all of them will fly. And that's really the good news. Of course, and we will come to the selection and the announcement in a minute, out of the 5, 2 of them have to be the first ones, and these 2 will be introduced shortly. But also, I think this is a very important signal because Europe and EU member states have given a very strong impetus to the exploration program at the last ministerial. 36% more funding compared to 2019 is very remarkable and is very bold. I thank you for that, and this makes it possible for us to negotiate these astronaut slots, which I just mentioned before. Because without that, the barter agreement with NASA would not work. So therefore, I think it's really important that we keep investing in exploration, that we keep building up a very strong exploration program, and this is exactly what we do. So now we see the 5 candidates, astronauts behind us, but we are now connected to Houston. And before asking the 2 astronauts to walk in, I would like to give the floor to Daniel to give us some updates on the side of the Exploration Directorate.
Thank you, Joseph. Good evening from my side. I'm between you and a big announcement, so I will be short. I just want to underline that we write today another marvelous chapter in a great journey. This journey started in 2021 when ESA called a new astronaut selection. DG underlined what happened then at the Ministerial Councils. They went through basic training where they got all the foundations you need in order to be an astronaut. It ranged through a number of activities over survival training, through learning Russian, up to get engineering courses and astronomy. The graduation ceremony took place. Our 5 candidates became astronauts. They have now wings and they are ready to go to flight. And now comes the next chapter for all 5 of them, which is the pre-assignment training. This pre-assignment training will allow them to go more in-depth on certain aspects, like, for example, training on extravehicular activities. For that, they will go to Houston to complement what they have done and learned in Cologne at the European Astronaut Center. They will have additional elements on medical practices, on data operations, etc. But I think it's time to stop. It's time to give the floor to the heroes, if I may say that, and back to DG.
Thank you, Daniel. They're all heroes, but we have to select 2 astronauts who are the first ones to be flying to the space station. We are now connected to Houston, which also shows that the astronauts are already starting to train, and that's why they're not physically here with us on stage. And I would like to ask the 2 candidates to please come into the picture.
Voilà. Here they are.
So you see Sophie Adenot, ESA astronaut from France, and you see Raphaël Liégeois, ESA astronaut from Belgium. So let me say a couple of words to both of them. So first of all, congratulations. Very happy to see you with a big smile. And we just met a month ago in Cologne. Sophie is an ESA astronaut from France. She was born in 1982. She graduated from ESA Superior in Toulouse, in France, and at the MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Boston, United States of America. So she's an educated engineer, but then joined the Air Force to become a helicopter experimental test pilot. An experimental test pilot really is a tough job. She has more than 3,000 logged hours on 22 different helicopter types. We already have a lot of very memorable moments seen in your career, Sophie, but tell us a little bit how you feel about this new challenge which you have in front of you.
Well, I first wanted to say thank you, Sir Director General. It's really an honor to be assigned. It's an honor to be able to represent the European Space Agency and France as well on the ISS in a couple of years. As you said, it's a new step. I would even say it's a giant leap in the incredible journey that brought me here until now. And as you already know, it's been a long time dream that is becoming a bit more concrete today. So I'm super happy. Thank you.
Very glad to hear, Sophie, that you're so happy. Tell us a little bit what you're doing in Houston and how it is going there.
Yeah, well, we arrived just a few days ago, and we're starting to get familiar with the facilities. We're discovering new things. We're meeting new people. We have been very, very warmly welcomed. And the training is already ongoing, so it's the continuation of our basic training.
Sophie, warm congratulations also from my side. As you are speaking about training, tell us a bit how you already started to implement what you learned in the basic training into practice now in Houston.
Yes, thank you, Daniel. Yes, it's really a continuation, and I would say one very common point between the European Astronaut Center and in Cologne and here in Houston is that our instructors are all passionate about their job. They are instructing every skill and all the theory and operational skills that we will need to become operational on the ISS in a couple of years. So it's a whole process which is just going further away now and more deep into the details, into the procedures, nominal and emergency procedures on board the ISS.
So thank you once more, Sophie, and congratulations once more. Let me go to Raphaël. Raphaël, congratulations to you as well. A few words on Raphaël. So he's an astronaut, as I mentioned already, of Belgian origin. He was born in Belgium in 1988. Raphaël graduated from the University of Liège, the École Centrale Paris, the University Paris Sud Orsay, and completed a doctoral degree in neurosciences at the University of Liège. He also conducted a postdoctoral research stay at the National University in Singapore before becoming a senior postdoctoral fellow with the École Polytechnique Fédérale de Lausanne. So as you see, Raphaël has a very long, a very studious journey. Raphaël, how do you feel now?
Well, good afternoon, DG. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon from Houston. I guess I will have to get used to saying that. I am feeling great. As Sophie said, it is an honor to be assigned to a space mission. So thanks again for your trust. It is definitely an important moment in my career. It is also an important moment in my life. And I would have loved to be with you today to celebrate, but we will have other opportunities. And well, I am feeling so proud to be representing Belgium, Europe, and ESA on this amazing journey to the ISS.
Congratulations, Raphaël. And for everyone to just understand the sequence of flights, so the sequence will be that Sophie will be the first astronaut to fly in the next assignment, most likely in spring 2026, and Raphaël will be the second one, most likely in fall 2026. So Raphaël, what are you most looking forward to?
Well, we are here to train to go to space, so everything is essentially super exciting, but if I had to mention one course, for example, we just started the trainings in the pool here in Houston to prepare for extravehicular activities, and this is super exciting because that's this image that we all have of astronauts going out there in their spacesuits, and we are now training for that. So that's the first point. The second point will be to meet with the other crew members, because as of now, we don't know the other crew members, and we will go through something very special all together. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And then, as you mentioned, we might spend a few days together on board the International Space Station. So if this happens, I think this would definitely be a highlight for the two of us.
So Raphaël, also very warm congratulations from my side. You just spoke, said hello from Houston, so there is a little bit of a change going from Cologne to Houston. The surroundings are changing a little bit, so tell us how your new environment looks like, how you settle the first days, and especially are you still in contact with the team at the European Astronaut Center?
Hi, Daniel. Yes, so the transition has been super smooth, and we are still, of course, in contact with the teams at ESA. They have prepared our basic training super well, and they have prepared this transition for months, and the transition has been super smooth. So it's been only 10 days that we are here, and we are already fully on track, busy with courses. We had a course just before this. We have another one just after this. So a big shout out to all the teams at ESA, also the counterparts at NASA and the ESA office at NASA as well, which has prepared this for months, and it's running super smoothly.
Thank you, Raphaël. Thank you, Sophie. Joseph, Daniel, I'd like to call on stage our country representatives. From Belgium, State Secretary Thomas Dermine, and from France, CNES President Philippe Baptiste. Here, take the mics. Thank you. Philippe.
I am so proud of both of you, and I think that all Europeans are very, very proud to see both of you almost ready to fly. Well, you're not there anymore, but almost ready to fly. So it's a great honor and a great pleasure to be here. I just want to say perhaps one word to say that, of course, we expect you to be very good when you will be in the ISS, to run all the experiments for scientists, because we have to recall, of course, this is basically your primary mission up there. But on top of that, I would like to stress on 2 points that I think are really key, and we really expect a lot from you. First thing, I mean, Earth is fragile, and you need to be the ambassador of Earth to all our fellow citizens. And you have really an important role for that. And a second one, which is a little bit in the same, well, of the same kind, I mean, at the time where science and technology is challenged by, I mean, well, fake news or whatever you call them, I mean, you have a message to pass around, to give to our society on the importance of science, of technology, of trust in the future of well, Europe and mankind. And I mean, this is a very important message, and you are the good one to do that. I mean, in France, I mean, we have Claudie and Thomas, and of course, all the European astronauts. They all give this message, and this is, I would say, perhaps your first mission. Thank you very much.
Thomas, would you like to address our astronauts?
No, salut Sophie, salut Raphaël. It's amazing to see you there in Houston. It's a pity you're not with us in Brussels. We could have celebrated it the way we do in Belgium, but nevertheless, training comes first. No, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's extremely... I'm extremely proud to see you both there. You are amazing faces of Europe, of the values we stand for, the excellence we produce in science, in research, but also in action and practice. And Philippe, actually, you can be a very good politician, because the messages I had for you two are exactly the same. Please be the voices and the faces of the fight against climate change. I think you will have a unique perspective from above the Earth to look at our fragile ecosystems. Please share the words, just as other astronauts have done it in the past. And second, indeed, you both have excellent academic track records where you have put science at the core of your life, science at the core of your practices. So please be the voice of science for the younger generation, because it's through science that we will solve the most pressing issues of our times.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Are you ready to lose all kind of personal life, not to be able to enter into a bar or a restaurant without having 1,000 people around?
You know what, we are ready for our mission. This is what counts most for us right now. Our mission will effectively, the consequence of this is that we'll be very well known in Europe, but what counts is how we use this public profile of being very well known. Will we use it for the missions you just described, be the ambassadors for planet Earth and be the ambassadors for science? So, I mean, if this can have an impact for many people around, many young people to go and do science, for many people to get more conscious about the fragility of Earth and the beautiful of our whole spaceship as humanity, then it's going to be the biggest reward for all of us astronauts.
And I hope I will, of course, still be able to enter a restaurant, that we will still be able to enter restaurants or bars, because yeah, we are not planning on giving up on that either.
And Sophie, beyond your academic record and beyond piloting helicopters, I saw what was extremely impressive is that you are a registered yoga teacher. How do you plan to adapt your practice going to the ISS?
Well, that's a good question, and I really haven't thought about that until now. I guess microgravity will be full of surprises, and how to adapt sports and yoga practice is going to be one of the surprises, and I'll get back to you on that, because right now I have no idea, to be honest.
And Raphaël, Thomas Pesquet brought a saxophone, which is, by the way, a Belgian instrument, to the ISS. Sorry, mate. No. Do you have any idea on what the personal item may be for Belgium or from elsewhere, maybe France, that you will bring with you to the ISS?
Yeah, so it's true. Saxophone comes from Dinan, so hi to our friends from Dinan, south of Belgium. I have no idea in terms of instruments. I am playing the piano, but I'm not sure that will be allowed to bring one on board the ISS. But I will definitely think about something personal to make that a personal experience and to be able to share it with the widest audience.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, both of you, and thank you, everybody. Joseph.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joseph, I'll give you the word for the last word.
Yeah, that brings us to the end of this selection and this small celebration we had. So first of all, thank you, Philippe. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you and congratulations, Sophie and Raphaël. I look forward to hearing back from you of what you do and how it goes over there. I'm sure you're pretty busy, and this is something, I think, very exciting ahead of you. And thank you, Member States, once more for making all this possible. You are here. You're probably not seeing it, but there's the room full of delegates, representatives from industry, stakeholders in space, and they're all very proud of you. We're all very proud of you doing a mission. So thank you from our side, and goodbye to Houston.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you soon.
Thank you, and that concludes our event. We're checking out Friends on